What you're also going to see here is a progression of how Kyrie is now going to the mid-range because he's making one read, which is the help. Notice, pay attention, right? Because it's the same exact spacing, right? Same exact spacing. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all to the left, or 4 defenders here to the left, right? He's seeing all that. He got 4 defenders, and he's got this defender here who's trying to lead him this direction. But Kyrie, great at getting his angles, right? Great at getting his angles, gets low, forces him to drop that foot back, rips over to the right side. But I want you to pay attention to what happens because this bottom man right here, this is what makes Kyrie go to the mid-range opposed to going to the rim. He's the best finisher at the rim, but he still go to the mid-range. But if he's in the mid-range, he can still take, this is what makes Kyrie elite. He'll go to the 3. Then he'll count in the mid-range and hit you with a step back or a spin. I could go all day. But he sees this. Even after that rip through, he's got to make this read. He's always making this read just because you never know when it's going to happen. So his eyes stay up. He makes the read. And instead of going all the way to the rim, pull up right there on the dime because he's got help stepping over. Pull up right there, bucket. Let's keep going. He's got Ty Lawson. No switch, straight up. You got Ty Lawson right here, right? Sometimes he could just get straight to his pull-up, which is what you can see right there. Boom. That's so smooth. It's so smooth. You got to understand who the Denver Nuggets have. Personnel. He already knows probably JaVale McGee. JaVale McGee, if you really keep it a bean and don't disrespect, he was a really good shot blocker. Forget the Shaq before, he was a good shot blocker, right? And so at this point, Kyrie catches, right? He gets low, faces a lot of pressure. And understanding that there's a lot of pressure, right? If someone's pressuring you and you sell something downhill, right? Guess what's going to end up happening? They'll probably bite. Right, they're probably gonna bite because like, oh, he got past me. Let me get let me get back in front. So Kyrie, with all the pressure, hard one dribble. Notice the toe angle too, and notice where he ends up getting. He started here and he goes right here. That's the same line of a drive. He doesn't start here and go out here because the pressure, right? He has to sell the drive versus the pressure, which is why he's going this direction and why Ty Lawson, even you're gonna see go down here and not even be able to contest because he's still going in the direction in the line of his drive. So he stops, pulls up. There's no hand. Bucket. Bucket. Now notice here. This is an elite shot right here. He catches. Look at Kyrie's eyes. His eyes are going to DeMarcus Cousins because he knows this is his 5-man right here. Right? Or whoever is going to be on this weak side. And now let's let the play progress. Let's let the play progress. All right. He's here. All right, let it progress. Jab right there. All right, so now at this point, once the teammates get space, he knows his read is DeMarcus Cousins because he's the one playing help. And he's not just one playing help, he's flooding, meaning that his defender is on this side, but DeMarcus Cousins goes to the opposite side so that he could play help and stop Kyrie from being able to get to this area and be able to finish at the rim, right? But Kyrie is a savant. He has multiple ways to get to his spot. And so understanding that, you got to know that this player right here, Jimmer Fredette, probably also knows that he has weak side help. Because if Boogie's already flooding on this and we've never seen anybody else flood, the person who's guarding the ball is probably already aware of the play. So Jimmer's like, okay, I just want to send him down in the paint to my help. So when he guards in angles, he's probably going to try to cut off a drive to the rim. He's probably just going to try to lead him to the rim. So Kyrie, in making this read, in his brilliance, right, as a savant, guess what he's going to finally do? Jab, or pump fake. Notice. Let's go back. Flood man, right? Jab, pump fake. Boom, right here. One dribble. He knows the second he puts the ball down, he's coming over. So what does Kyrie get to? One dribble pull up. This is mastery. This is mastery. This is mastery of basketball. Mastery of basketball, right? Mastery of basketball is able to get right here, boom, one dribble pull up because understand the personnel, right? Jimmer Fredette is about 6'1". Kyrie loves to shoot over these smaller guards. Although Kyrie's 6'2" or so himself, his skill level allows him to shoot over these players easy, right? So he's got Jimmer, right? Don't matter. Boom, stop, pull up, bucket. That's tough. Tough bucket. Now Avery Bradley, pay attention, right? Same spacing. I gotta say it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, all to the left side, right? So Kyrie goes where? It's so obvious. Rip right. Boom. He's got help right there, and he just keeps going. That's the benefit of just using space. You could just keep going, right? You go right, you get cut off one time, right? You get cut off one time, he tries to cut you off back into this help, right? Guess what? He's got even more space. It don't matter. He's just going to use all the space. He's going to use it all. He's going to use it all. Boom, pull up as far down as he could get, practically, right? Practically as far as he could get, bucket. Next play. Same baseline out of bounds. Same set. Guess where Kyrie's going to get the ball? And guess who he's got on him? He's got Kemba Walker. Notice how all those last plays, guess who he had on him? Right? Let's go back. He's had Avery Bradley, Jimmer Fredette, right? Ty Lawson, right? Ty Lawson, Darren Williams, end of clock. But now notice this one. Another smaller guard. Who was that? Shelvin Mack or someone? I forget. Right? This is 2013. But understand, those are all guards who are about 6'1". All guards who are about 6'1", 6 foot maybe. Right? And so what you're seeing Kyrie now get into are dribble pull-ups in the mid-range because he could shoot over these players. If he had a Maurice Harkless or something on him, like you seen him have earlier, he probably can't get to that dribble pull-up, right? But these smaller guards are going to press up, and now pressing up, their angles are going to change, and the angles are going to change. Now he's going to get to a spot. I promise. But now notice, right? Kemba Walker, right here, triple threat, right? Triple threat. And if you understand one thing that the Hornets have, or the Bobcats, they got Bismack Biyombo. And if you don't disrespect, he is also a great rim protector at this time. This is what he was value for, right? They got Bismack Biyombo. And so he's trying to send him to this middle. So Kyrie rips to that side. And guess who he knows is going to come and step over? Guess who he knows? Bismack Biyombo. So what does Kyrie do? Stop, step back on the second one. Pull up. Not a one dribble, right? It was a two dribble. Because you need time to take reads and see angles. You got to understand, right? You got to take time. So the first dribble, right? Boom. Eyes up. Takes the second one. Okay. Boom. You see, you just give a feel in the situation. Then, of course, you got Biyombo coming over. He could probably see that too. So he bumps him, steps back to the right side into where he has a bunch of space, right? And he shoots over the top and he gets his bucket. Oh, my goodness. Mid-range on the smaller players. Got to take note. Another situation. This is terrible quality. My fault, but really not my fault. I just had to continue to put evidence into what we're seeing. Now he's got Ricky Rubio, right? This is like 144p. Crazy, but we got to work with it. He's got Ricky Rubio, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. All of them right there. All to the left side. So where does he go? Right side. But pay attention. He's not just reading Ricky Rubio. He's got to watch who's going to help. Who's going to help, right? So what does Kyrie end up reading? Let me slow this down. I got to slow this down. Right? He goes right. He sees him step over. Yo, boom. I can't get all the way to the rim. Stops right there. Gets his bucket. Right? I'm telling you, it's simple. I want you to pay attention. Same set. Right? But notice what's going to happen. This baseline player right here, Marc Gasol, right? Boom. Right? Marc Gasol's guarding him. But Marc Gasol, remember, he won a Defensive Player of the Year. Questionable. He won a Defensive Player of the Year. Questionable. Nonetheless, he knows how to play defense with his mind. He's not no crazy athletic rim protector, but nonetheless, he knows how to play defense, right? So what's going to happen? Kyrie catches here. He's got Mike Conley. Big comes up, right? Tells the big to leave. But understand, when Kyrie gets down here to this triple threat, Marc Gasol, you can see, right? Marc Gasol doesn't leave. He doesn't leave all the way. Look, his man is over here. He's almost flooding like DeMarcus Cousins did. So, right? So Kyrie in attacking, he sees this. He's not just driving, worried about Mike Conley, because if it was just Mike Conley, it could be all day he'll just score, right? And so understand. Now, what does Kyrie end up doing? 2 dribbles in, sees Marc Gasol still there. So what does he do? Spin back, counters, tough shot over the top of Mike Conley, bucket, right? He's reading the help, and that led him to the mid-range. The help is loaded up. He got the first step, but now he has to get to his mid-range. This is why you need the mid-range if you're at this level of scoring. If you're already a really good driver, then add the mid-range. But if you're, say, a really good three-point shooter, you need to work on your rim finishes stuff first, right? You need to work on that stuff, because if you can't finish at the rim, it's going to be hard to finish in the mid-range, because it requires a level of strength and movement that you should start really more elementary at the finishing level, to be honest, right? But ultimately, it depends. But I can help guide you if you join the community. Hit the link in the bio and join. Promise you're going to get breakthrough. So now next play. Pay attention. Kyrie, George Hill. Same thing. Got to emphasize it. 1, 2, 3, 4. All to the left side. Same sideline and balance set. Right? So he rips right. Boom. Gets cut off. Bumps again. Boom. Same thing he did against Avery Bradley. He just used all the space that he had in the world. Right? Even at this point, he gets literally cut off. Right? He gets cut off. So thinking as a defender, you're like, all right, bet I'm good. But you cut him off and he still has space, all this space over here. All this space over here. So he just uses all of it. The help's coming from this way, and he goes the opposite way because he has more space the other direction. And he, guess what? Gets to mid-range off that bump and fades, and he's great at hitting tough shots. And that is how Kyrie has exploited and got efficient and is able to up his scoring average, increase his rhythm off of the same set, playing in isolation.